Alright, let's cut to the chase. There's a good chance someone, somewhere, is lying to you right now. Maybe it's a marketer, a politician, your boss, your ex, or dare I say it, even you. But here's the thing. Spotting the lies is just the first step. Today, I'm going to give you practical, actionable things to do when you realize, oh no, you're being lied to. It's not all doom and gloom. Though, we're going to have some fun with this. Think of it as your crash course in decoding BS, with a side of personal wisdom, hard truths, and maybe a laugh or two. So grab your coffee, your notepad, and maybe a tinfoil hat if you're feeling spicy. Let's dive in. 1. When it sounds too good to be true. It probably is. Let's start with the golden rule of life. Folks, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And yet, somehow, we still fall for it. Don't we? I mean, who wouldn't want to believe in a magic pill that melts fat while you binge Netflix? Or that one weird trick that makes you rich overnight? I've been there. I once bought into this passive income scheme where they said I could make thousands by just following their proven steps. Spoiler alert. The only thing I proved was how easy it is to waste $300 on a course that teaches you how to sell the same course you just bought. Meta, right? But here's the deeper issue. Why do we keep falling for it? Because we want to believe. We're tired. We're overwhelmed. Life is hard. And the idea of a shortcut feels like a lifeline. I remember being at a point in my life where everything felt like a grind. I'd just gotten out of college, drowning in student debt, and working a job that barely paid enough to survive. So when I saw that ad promising financial freedom in 90 days, I wanted to believe it was real. I mean, who wouldn't? But here's the thing. I wasn't just buying a course. I was buying hope. And don't get me started on those miracle products. From detox teas to overpriced skincare that promises to make you look 20 years younger. Let me tell you, Karen, no serum is erasing decades of late nights and bad decisions. You'd need a time machine for that. But here's the kicker. Most of the time, when something sounds too good to be true, it's not just the product or promise that's a lie. It's what it says about us. We're chasing something we think we need because we don't feel enough as we are. That's the real con, right? They sell us on our insecurities and our desperation, not the solution. So what's the move? Simple. When something sounds like magic, pause and ask yourself two things. First, who benefits if I believe this? Second, what am I really trying to fix here? Because trust me, the best things in life, whether it's health, happiness, or success, take time, effort, and a lot of messy trial and error. There's no shortcut, and honestly, there shouldn't be. That's where the growth happens. So next time someone offers you the moon, check their ladder. Odds are it's made of cardboard. 2. Emotional manipulation. Alright, let's talk about emotional manipulation. Because it's not just sneaky. It's everywhere. Think about it. How often do you make decisions because of how something made you feel? Not because of what you know. Spoiler alert. More often than you think. And here's the kicker. They're doing it on purpose. It's like they've unlocked a cheat code for the human brain. Skip logic. Go straight for the emotions. Fear, guilt, hope. They're playing you like a violin. And most of us don't even realize it. Let's start with fear. Fear is the ultimate emotional manipulation tool. And politicians love it. They use it like it's going out of style. If you don't vote for us, the country will collapse. If we don't pass this law, your family isn't safe. And let's not forget the classic. They're coming for your jobs. I fell for this once during a big election. I remember watching this ad that basically made it sound like the other candidate was going to personally kick down my door and ruin my life. I panicked. I called my friends. I stressed out for weeks. Until I realized, wait a second, what's the actual plan here? What are they offering other than fear? Turns out, not much. Next up, guilt. Oh, guilt is a classic. Marketers, nonprofits, and even people in your personal life use it all the time. Ever seen those late-night charity ads with the sad music and the puppy staring into the camera? Yeah, they're not just asking for your money. They're making you feel like a terrible person if you don't give it. Look at this starving child. Can't you spare $10? And you're sitting there like, wow, I guess I am a monster if I don't. I've been there. One time, I emptied my wallet for a cause I didn't even fully understand because I felt guilty. Don't get me wrong, giving is great, but guilt? That's not why you should do it. That's emotional blackmail, not genuine compassion. Now let's flip the coin to the other side. Hype and excitement. Ever seen those countdown timers on sales pages? Only 2 hours left. Act now. It's like they're saying, make a decision now before you can think it through. And let me tell you, this one gets me every Black Friday. I've bought so much random stuff because of those stupid timers. Did I need a second air fryer? No. But did the website make me feel like I'd miss out on the deal of the century? Absolutely. So why does emotional manipulation work so well? Because it bypasses your brain. When you're scared, guilty, or overly excited, you stop thinking critically. And that's exactly what they want. They don't want you to ask questions like, is this true? Or, is this good for me? They just want you to act fast. But here's the thing. They're not just messing with your wallet or your vote. Emotional manipulation messes with your mindset. I'll never forget this time in my life when I was constantly guilt-tripped by someone I thought was a friend. Anytime I couldn't help them, they'd hit me with lines like, I thought you cared, or, I guess I can't count on you. It got to the point where I was bending over backward just to avoid the guilt. But guess what? It was never enough. And worse, it made me feel like I was the problem. That's the real damage of emotional manipulation. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you feel small, powerless, and trapped. But here's what I've learned. Recognizing it is the first step to breaking free. So what do you do when you realize someone's pulling your emotional strings? First, pause. Take a breath. Emotional manipulation relies on reaction. If you stop and think, you break the spell. Second, ask questions. Why do they want me to feel this way? Who benefits if I act on this emotion? And finally, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. At the end of the day, your emotions are powerful, and that's a beautiful thing. But they're also yours. Don't let anyone else use them as a weapon against you. Whether it's a marketer, a politician, or that one manipulative friend. Remember, you're in control. And the moment you see through their tricks, they lose their power. So the next time someone tries to guilt you, scare you, or hype you into a bad decision. Take a step back and ask yourself, am I thinking? Or just feeling? Trust me, the answer will set you free. 3. The perfect life on social media. Social media, the land of avocado toast, dream vacations, and hashtag relationship goals. It's where everyone's life looks perfect. But here's the truth. It's all a giant, glitter-covered illusion. Social media is the modern-day Wizard of Oz, and trust me, when you pull back the curtain, it's a lot less magical. I mean, who wouldn't want to? The thing about the "it's too late" excuse is that it's not just untrue. It's toxic. It convinces you to give up before you even start. Think about how many dreams have been crushed by those 3 little words. It's like a self-imposed expiration date on your own potential. And guess what? That's total nonsense. I mean, society doesn't help, does it? We're constantly told there's a right time for everything. Graduate by 22. Land your dream job by 25. Get married by 30. And if you're not checking those boxes on schedule, people start looking at you like, what went wrong? But here's the truth. Life isn't a checklist. It's a journey. And there's no deadline for greatness. So why do we tell ourselves it's too late? Simple. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of putting ourselves out there and realizing it's harder than we thought. Saying, it's too late, is easier than saying, I'm scared to try. But easier doesn't mean better. It just means safer. And if you stay in that safe zone, you'll never know what could have been. I remember when I thought it was too late for me to go back to school. I kept thinking, I missed my chance. Everyone else my age has their degree by now. But then I asked myself, what's scarier, starting late, or never starting at all? Spoiler alert. I went back, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. Let's bust some myths while we're at it. People say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Really? Tell that to the 85-year-old grandma who just learned how to skateboard. Or the 50-year-old who started a business and became a millionaire. Or the 40-year-old who picked up painting and ended up in a gallery. Age isn't the problem. Your mindset is. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 62. Vera Wang designed her first dress at 40. Morgan Freeman didn't get his big break until he was 52. If they'd said, it's too late, we'd all be missing out on fried chicken, couture, and some of the best acting of our time. So what's your excuse? I used to think it was too late for me to chase my passion for content creation. I thought, there are already thousands of creators out there. Who's going to care about me? But then I realized something. The world didn't need another version of someone else. It needed me. So I started this channel. And honestly, it's been a wild ride. But one I wouldn't trade for anything. And yeah, those first videos? They were rough. But if I hadn't started, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So trust me when I say it's never too late to begin. Here's the truth. The only time it's too late is when you've decided to stop trying. As long as you're breathing, you've got time to change, to grow, to create something amazing. And the best part? The experiences you've had up to this point, good, bad, and ugly, are what make you uniquely qualified to succeed. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to start. Look, the clock is going to keep ticking whether you try or not. But here's the thing. You don't have to let it dictate your dreams. Whether you're 20, 50, or 80, the moment you decide to start, you're already ahead of where you were yesterday. There's a quote I love: "It's never too late to be what you might have been." It's a reminder that every day is a new chance to rewrite your story. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, "It's too late," ask yourself this: what's the worst that could happen if you tried? And more importantly, what's the best? Because here's the truth: the only thing standing between you and your dreams isn't time. It's you. So stop waiting. Start now. And let's prove that too late is just another lie we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. 6. Success looks a certain way. Alright, let's tackle one of the biggest myths out there: the idea that success looks a certain way. You know what I'm talking about. The fancy car, the corner office, the six-pack abs, and the Pinterest perfect family photos. Spoiler alert: that's not success. That's a marketing campaign. Because apparently, if you don't own a yacht by 30, you're a failure. Like, sorry, I spent my yacht money on rent and avocado toast. My bad. Here's the thing: this cookie-cutter idea of success, it's a lie. It's a one-size-fits-all model that doesn't actually fit anyone. Yet we've been sold this narrative since we were kids. Study hard, get a good job, buy a house, start a family, retire, and voila, success achieved. But what if that's not what you want? Or what if you try it and still feel empty? The truth is, success isn't a straight line. It's a messy, zigzaggy, sometimes upside-down journey that looks different for everyone. And that's okay. You want to know why this idea of success exists? Because it keeps you in the system. The people who profit off your insecurities, banks, corporations, even social media platforms, need you to believe that success looks like a designer bag, a big house, or the perfect body. That way, you'll keep spending, striving, and scrolling, thinking, "If I just have that, I'll be happy." Newsflash: you won't. It's like chasing a carrot on a stick. Except when you finally grab the carrot, you realize it's plastic. Here's what they don't tell you: success is subjective. It's not about ticking off someone else's checklist. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful to you. For some, that's climbing the corporate ladder. For others, it's raising a family, starting a small business, or just being happy in their own skin. And you know what? All of those are valid. I used to think success meant making a ton of money and being important. But then I realized I don't need a six-figure salary to feel successful. I need freedom. I need connection. I need to create something that helps people. And once I figured that out, I stopped comparing myself to others and started building a life I actually love. Let's talk about the comparison game for a second. You know, the one where you scroll through Instagram and see someone with their dream job, dream house, dream body, and a dog that looks like it was handpicked by angels. And you're sitting there like, wow, I'm really out here eating ramen noodles at my desk. But here's the thing: you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You don't see the sleepless nights, the stress, or the sacrifices behind their so-called perfect life. And honestly, their version of success might not even make you happy. I'll never forget the time I landed what I thought was my dream job. Great salary, cool title, It was everything I'd ever wanted. But within months, I felt trapped. I was stressed, miserable, and completely unfulfilled. On paper, I was successful, but in reality, I was a wreck. Walking away from that job was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it taught me an important lesson. Success isn't about how your life looks to others. It's about how it feels to you. So how do you redefine success on your own terms? Start by asking yourself, what do I want? Not what society wants. Not what your parents want. Not what Instagram says you should want. What do you want? Because until you figure that out, you'll keep chasing someone else's dream. And don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Maybe your version of success is cooking a homemade meal, or taking a day off without guilt, or finally starting that side hustle. Whatever it is, own it, because if it makes you happy, it counts. Here's the truth. Success doesn't have a single face, a single path, or a single definition. It's as unique as you are. So stop chasing the life you think you're supposed to have and start living the life that's right for you. At the end of the day, success isn't about money, status, or how many likes you get. It's about feeling fulfilled, being proud of who you are, and living a life that makes you excited to wake up in the morning. And trust me, you're the only one who gets to decide what that looks like. Alright, let's stop chasing society's version of success and start building our own. Deal? Now let's move on to the next one. Because this conversation is only getting better. And there you have it. Things to look out for when you realize you're being lied to. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That means you're already on your way to cutting through the noise and living life on your terms. Remember, the world is full of people trying to sell you something. Whether it's an idea, a product, or even a lie, but you've got something they can't sell you, your own mind. So use it, question everything, trust your gut, and don't be afraid to rewrite the script when something doesn't feel right. At the end of the day, this life is yours. It's messy, unpredictable, and sometimes downright confusing. But it's also beautiful, full of possibility, and worth fighting for. Don't let fear, comparison, or someone else's version of success stop you from living authentically. Your story isn't over, and you have the pen in your hand. So write something epic. Now, if this video hit you in the feels or gave you a laugh, go ahead and smash that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more honest, slightly controversial, and always real conversations. And hey, drop a comment below. What's one lie you've caught on to recently? Let's keep the conversation going. Alright, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for spending your precious time here with me. Stay curious, stay bold, and most importantly, stay you. I'll see you in the next one.